Some of y'all have seen that video going around of Texas State Representative Brian Harrison pretty much sobbing over the fact that the Democrats gained a victory in session 1 because they broke quorum. I'll explain the quotation mark shortly. This is so just absolutely hysterical to me for several reasons. The first of which is, it is literally their civic duty, or anyone's civic duty in the legislative body, to excuse me, to break quorum when something illegal is happening. And going in and restructuring the zoning of your state to gain election seats that you otherwise would not have without doing that is illegal in more than one way. The first of which is, that is quite literally the definition of gerrymandering, which is illegal. The second is election interference, again, illegal. To add to that, a level of irony that I don't think most people realize is when you get sworn in, you take an oath to do what's best for this country and the people of this country who pay your salary. Let's be honest here. Without us, you got nothing. So we actually run the show here. When you go in and you try to do illegal activities such as gerrymandering and election interference, you yourself are breaking quorum. Because when you accept this job, you swear to do what is best for us. And by doing such actions, you are actually doing the exact opposite. At any point, if somebody goes into a legislative proceeding and attempts to break the law, it is literally the civic duty of every other representative there to walk out. Because by going in and trying to do something illegal against the American people, you have broke quorum because you're violating your oath. So, even if you went in and tried to make it illegal for people to leave the legislative body, which really you can't do, this is in place for a reason, for reasons such as this. Also, let's be honest here, life happens and not 100% of state legislators are present at 100% of legislations. That just can't be guaranteed. Even if you were to go in and try to do something as crooked as that, you'd never succeed because you can't. To go so publicly on social media and be upset that a law-abiding citizen, somebody doing their civic duty towards the American people, cannot be arrested for doing their civic duty, leaves you standing there with egg on your face. I don't care if the command for gerrymandering or election interference came from the very top, meaning the Orange Menace himself, who is himself a convicted felon and just a bankrupt, morally corrupt individual. It doesn't matter, because when it comes from the top, again, it is your civic duty to remove yourself and not enforce it. In fact, it is the civic duty of the armed forces to uphold their oath and make sure that that individual is held accountable. Yet, that's scary. And if you think for 1 second that you're going to get out of this with no consequences when everything that you're doing is breaking the law and trying to harm those through which you're supposed to serve,